What is Timbos, Captain here, Triple Storm. Today I want to talk about the whole debate of controller aim assist on PC. Is it too strong? Is it too OP? And give my thoughts about it. And a few of the pros in the community might be talking about it, but I wanted to give my personal opinion on it so you guys can kind of see where I'm coming from with my decision to not really be that complacent about it like all of the other pros that are international. Local pros don't really have a problem with controller aim assist. As you know, most of us are used to playing on controller, not that much playing on PC with mouse and keyboard. Aside from people like Ignite, there are very few people who do play mouse and keyboard. So I do believe that FaZe Demoy does play on mouse and keyboard. So Demoy does play on keyboard and mouse sometimes, and sometimes he plays on controller. But my idea is this: I believe Demoy might be the only hybrid player right now in the Fortnite gaming community in Jamaica. He might be the only hybrid player who switches between mouse and keyboard and controller mid-match sometimes. So my comment on this is, there was a time when if you were playing Fortnite on console, you had the short end of the stick. If you went in a PC lobby, you were going to get absolutely lasered, you were going to get destroyed. It would have been a bloodbath for you. Then things kind of changed and people started getting better with controller, and we started to see things change. Now console players were kind of getting a bit better, kind of seeing things that were done on PC and trying their best to recreate it with a joystick. And then eventually they realized that there was a gap that they could not pass. 60 FPS just couldn't cut it, so they switched over to PC and they started doing things on PC with controller. But again, there is still that gap that you just cannot reach. The ability to switch between building and shooting on PC is a whole different ball game. The ability to have dedicated binds for weapons and building materials and building stuff, that made a huge difference when playing Fortnite, especially in a competitive scene. So people eventually realized that the only way that you can get to that top tier level in Fortnite is if you have mouse and keyboard. So people eventually started learning mouse and keyboard, and we started to see more and more persons switching from controller to mouse and keyboard. It was just common sense back then. If you wanted to be the best Fortnite player within the group of people that you play with, you have to be on PC. You have to play on mouse and keyboard. It was just a known fact. Eventually, people started learning mouse and keyboard, and you started to see the difference. So over time, that was just standard. Now with this new aim assist buff, a lot of people are saying now, oh well, it's too strong. There was a time when you could L2 spam. That was the closest we got to actually being able to hit our shots accurately, and then that got nerfed. It was another complaint again. And the thing is, I keep on telling people, controller players, we do not have it easy. The ability to build is not in our favor, especially if you're on console. You know that frame rate difference it's drastic, and it does make a lot of difference when you see it. If you have ever played on PC and you start getting 120 FPS or anywhere within that range, trust me, it's not that Fortnite feels better, it's that Fortnite just feels different. I've played on Slap's PC before, I've played on other PCs before, and I'm telling you, it's not that Fortnite just feels better, it's just a whole different thing to adjust to. The latency is different, frame rate's different, the game feels different. Overall, everything just feels faster, smoother, and it just takes a while to get used to. But with everyone complaining about how strong the aim assist is now, I'm always saying they want it nerfed, they wanted this, they wanted that. Then they're complaining there's going to be controller players taking over Fortnite, there's going to be more and more controller players winning tournaments and stuff. And to that I say, at the end of the day, there was a time where it was dominated by mouse and keyboard. People even plugged the mouse and keyboard into their consoles just so that they can have that mouse and keyboard advantage. And now that things have come full circle, we have things where now people with controllers, we have an advantage, and the only advantage we have is with our aiming. And I believe that the game is in a pretty balanced state right now. I know a lot of people are complaining, but you have to look at it this way. If a person has a controller, there's a more likely chance that they will be able to shoot you with their AR or their SMGs with their aim assist. That's fine. But as a mouse and keyboard player, you have the ability to outbuild them, out-edit them, and get your shots. That is something that we do not have as controller players. Now, I know a lot of people who do complain about the aim assist is talking about aim assist on console, because it is absolutely necessary to have aim assist on console. I was playing Fortnite back in season 4 or 5, somewhere around there, and when I was playing Fortnite, I never knew aim assist was turned off on my profile, and when I got aim assist turned on, I actually started to get eliminations. I literally didn't get an entire any elimination aside from Team Rumble in an entire season. So that was something that you have to look at. I think it was 50v50 back then, but you know what I mean. But anyways, fact of the matter is that controller aim assist is necessary, and I hope that people really see that controller aim assist is necessary and they don't really take it that we're just glad that we have the upper hand now. No, it's not that we're glad that we have the upper hand now. It's that a person on a controller is a lot more accurate with what they do. We need something to combat that, and if that means aim assist has to be buffed to a level that it seems like aimbot, I'm sorry, but that's just how it has to be. Because again, if a controller player goes up against a PC player, there is a 85% chance that that PC player is going to outbuild them, out-edit them, and they're gonna get a few more shots in than the controller player, unless they're both on PC and that controller player is ridiculously good. And I'm talking like King JR level or maybe Ignite building level, playing on controller. That's just how it is. I'm just sorry to say this, but that's just how it is. It is so hard to be a controller player, especially if you're on console. So my whole debate on this is, yes, I do believe that the aim assist is a bit stronger now. The ability to shoot through bushes and find targets through bushes, that I believe that they probably should change, probably should fix. But other than that, I think aim assist is in the best state that it is in right now, and it actually gives PC players that second thought to say that, hey, they should really think before they actually go after somebody, because they know that they're in a lobby with controller players. The same way how we used to have to think twice before we go after somebody when we were in PC lobbies a few seasons back, and that's just how it is. Everything has come full circle. It's just the time for PC players to feel what it's like to genuinely fear the person that is playing on the other type of controller inputs, as the same way how we used to do it back when we used to play in PC lobbies. This is Triple Storm, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel, and also leave your comments down in the comment section. Let me know if you agree with my thoughts, or if you believe that I'm just happy because I play on controller, not on PC though. And if you disagree, please let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. This is Triple Storm. Stay one by the tumbo. Take care.